Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Morning Trap. I am your DJ and co-host, James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive, here to take you through February 2nd, 2021. Great show coming up this morning, so make sure that you stay tuned, get your coffee, your drinks, whatever it is that you need to get your day started. Let's go, y'all. It's The Morning Trap. Let's go.
Call the truth coming through from the booth to the moon. It's the root, what it do? It's the same, was around me, no recruits. Stay down when it's cloudy, not a sun. I just want the cheese like where the Packers be. Never move out west of Hollywood, that's where the actors be. Never trust again if you had ever turned your back on me. Heard you got that bag, well I must have a hefty guy on me. Yeah. Count up the loot, count it up. Call up the troops, we coming through, we coming through, we coming through. Yeah. Call up. Count up the loot, count it up. Call up the troops, we coming through, coming through, we coming through. Yeah. Stacking my chips with the dip. I jump like a running back, my hit sick. This is not for fake, this is not pretend. I was always like this, just a white boy from the ends. Yeah. What I drive is not a rental. No, I had a long day, so she gave me dental. 2 phone numbers, no phones on me. I can't trust nobody but my own body. Wish I was a nobody, not a known body. Take my whole body, then I make a carbon copy. I just get the bag, then I whoop. Yeah, I just want the check like a swoosh. Yeah, hop right up the jet to the coop. Don't gotta be all up in the loop to get a look. Yeah, count up the loot. Call up the troops. We coming through.
No games to play, 'cause you're not fair, my friend. You play.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I see y'all in the chat room already. Y'all come on in, get situated, get set up. The morning traffic is going down, y'all. Make sure that you get your coffee, your tea, your drink, whatever it is that you need to get the day started. It's the morning trap.
No games to play, 'cause you're not fair, my friend. You play, no fair. This ain't no place, no face. You never care, but now I dare to let you know. I'll let you know. I won't be playing this game. It's your turn to lose, baby. It's time to bluff, my friend. Bluff, you never know. Never know.
Good morning, mama. I see you in the chat room. Stay your ass out of there, please. Thank you. Shout out to my mama that's tuning in, y'all. I see you, mama.
No games, my friend. You play, no fair. This game is no place, big places. You don't ever care, you don't ever care, you don't ever care. But now I dare to let you know I won't be playing this game no more. Time to lose, it's time to bluff. You know I'll never know, but I dare to play with you, babe. I dare to play with you, babe.
Good morning, everyone. Shout out to Mediocre. I see you. I'm sorry, Mid Doctors. I see you. Ava, good morning. What's going on? Alicia, I see you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's the morning trap, y'all. Y'all come on in the room. Let's get situated. Let's get settled. The morning trap is going down shortly here. Make sure that you hit that like button, share, and subscribe so you always know when the morning trap is going down. You always get those notifications, okay?
But I'm far gone, no coming back to this place.
Coming through your hood like a wrecking ball, tied to the end of a comet like a G, cause we take it off. 9 times out of 9, I'm a big boy. If you have an itch, don't worry, I got cortisone. I'm a real player, I was born to own. Put down the phone, come to my home, and we can have a good time on my couch with my dick in your mouth, bitch. Don't take it out. Come with me now, cause I'm your man. I'm your man, you're my bitch. You know what I'm about. It's who I am, cause I'm so rich, yeah.
morning, everyone. Y'all come on in the room, but let's get situated. Let's get started.
Cause we take it all. 9 times out of 9, I'ma break you off. If you have an itch, don't worry, I got cortisone. I'm a real player, I was born to bone. Put down the phone, come to my home.
Shout out Infinite Content. I see you, sir.
With my dick in your mouth, bitch.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got all the money we need. You ain't gotta want for nothing, you know what I mean? Just stay with us. We got you covered. All kind of cars, fly you around the world.
Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right.
Shout out to everybody that's checking in this morning. We see y'all in the chat rooms. Maddie, what's up? I appreciate you. Hey. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah, my hand is wrapped around your waist. I love the way that you be twirling to the bass. Moving sideways on a Friday. DJ playing all of your favorites. I'm digging your flavor, yeah, yeah. Cause if let this be real inside. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night.
Good morning, Adina. Y'all come on in. Y'all make sure that y'all get situated, get settled. The morning trap is about to go down momentarily.
Dirt's filled with trash. Is that when they realize you can't eat cash? When all of the water is brown, it smells funny. Is that when they realize you can't drink money?
Make sure that you hit that like button, share, subscribe, and comment.
It's time to wake up. Wake up.
It's the morning trap, y'all. It's about to go down.
Mother Earth, break up. Hello, children. Welcome to the space station. I'm glad you chose our program for your summer vacation. We sent you the history of Earth. I bet you read it, cause instead of goofing off, you're here to get some extra credit. That's good. Education lead to success, while ignorance and hesitation lead to a mess. And yes, I guess I'm speaking of the 21st century. To manifest your holograms and follow along mentally. As you can see from these primitive videos, humankind didn't really know that they were getting close to the events that would cause their extinction, because they were distracted by so many new inventions. And who could blame them? They rode in self-driving cars, using virtual reality goggles to fly to Mars. While on Earth, the dirt and air were getting kinda strange, full of plastic and smoke, causing global climate change. And while the rich men watched their salaries grow, people ignored reality and watched reality shows. Sometimes a news channel let the truth break through, but then a different...
Rain, good morning. TJ, good morning. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. Y'all make sure that y'all hit that like button and that subscribe button so you always know when the morning trap is going down.
Everything changed in the spring of 2023, when the atmosphere is gone and the oxygen is sold. Is that when they realize you can't breathe gold? When everyone is gone and they're all by themselves. Is that when they realize you can't love wealth? Yo, it's time to wake up, it's time to wake up. Wake up. It's time to wake up, it's time to wake up. Wake up. It's time to wake up, it's time to wake up. Before mankind and Mother Earth break up. Now before the telepathic implants in our heads, people used to connect using the
Chuck Diesel, what's up, brother? I see you.
Types of social media store the information sort of like encyclopedias. This medium became the primary tool for self-expression for kids starting from primary school. They formed groups, sometimes as big as 10,000, then sent their sentiments out to all their friends browsing. Now on that day when the bees went extinct, that's when the children hooked humanity from the brink. The hearts of the youth were clear and saw the truth, not dated like a joke, trying to make an excuse. Big up, big up, big up to this crew here. We like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see that you all checking in, and I really appreciate all the love. Big ups to everybody that's checking us out this morning, y'all. The morning trap is about to go down momentarily, so y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe so you always know when the morning trap is going down. And if you feel so inclined to tip your DJ, I love that. You can hit me at DJ X3C on Cash App and Venmo. DJ X3C on Cash App and Venmo, y'all. It's the Morning Trap, y'all.
In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time, that's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done, but you all know full well that we only just begun. We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no, we don't cut it wrong.
Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. I can tell you stories that'll make your head spin. Like I said, straight, thick, or thin. There's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew.
Why you tryna play me? Telling me I'm crazy. Tryna prove me wrong in every fight. Knowing that I'm right. Why you tryna wreck me? Always wanna check me. Wanna call me out in front of friends. Careful where you tread before this ends. You love me and I love you, but butting heads is what we do. Bullheaded, stubborn, wild, crazy lovers. You love me and I love you. Why can't we just match the two? Why we get so mean? Light the match, I'm kerosene. We're fire. Oh, baby, we're fire. Feed the flame. We're fire.
Courtney, shout out to you. I appreciate it. If y'all ever see me laughing or just throwing my head back or just cracking up hysterically, it's because of the voices in my head, okay? I'm not crazy, trust me. It's just the voices in my head. That's all right? But shout out to everybody that's joining us this morning, all right? It's the Morning Trap, y'all. Abba, I appreciate that. You're fired too. I appreciate you.
Why you tryna play me? Telling me I'm crazy. Sitting on the other side of me. Always cross-examining.
But she look good. You ain't gotta stand in the mirror with your makeup on, cause you know that take way too long. I just want that right now. Girl, you Uber outside. I can't wait just to get this on it. You want it right now. Want it right now. Just don't take too long. Want it, yeah. You want it right now. Want it right now. Don't take too long. Get it. Girl, you know I'm impatient. Don't keep it away. Girl, it's been too long. You know what I've been craving. Girl, I'm tryna taste it. You know what I like. Don't it get freaky in the night. When she hit the room, you know it's on sight. And she all on my type. And you know I don't like to wait, no. But she look good. You ain't gotta stand in the mirror with your makeup on, cause you know that take way too long. I just want that right now. Girl, you Uber outside. I can't wait just to get this on it. You want it right now. Want it right now. Just don't take too long. Want it, yeah. You want it right now. Want it right now. Don't take too long. Girl, don't take too long. I've been waiting on you to pull up. Girl, I know you got a member, he can stay down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you are ready. It is about to go down. It is your boy, DJ Exclusive James Bubba Williams. It's the Morning Trap, y'all. It's about to go down.
Bonjour. Buenos dias.
Hey.
Good morning. Welcome
Dr. Sane.
to another episode of The Morning Trap. I am one of your 5 hosts, Marcus Farrell, coming to you all the way live from the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. Get a wife and daughter, find a new life. And all you got to do is make it right. And I'm joined by my team, my comrades, my people. We're going to start with ladies first. Rebecca Azur, how are you this morning?
Ooh, ladies first. I'm doing really good. Today I woke up and I wasn't drained and I wasn't tired. I got a chance to pray. I got a chance to hit a couple squats. I got a chance to watch the sun come up. It was real cute. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good this morning.
I'm glad working out is cute for you. That's dope. Shout out to cute people in the morning time. My man, Mondale Robinson, how are you this morning, my brother?
I'm good, bro. Thanks for asking. Tired of the snow.
Yeah. We don't have it. It looks like it's trying to in Atlanta, but it just won't turn over like that curl that said it just won't. James Bubba Williams. Good morning, my brother.
What's going on, brother? How y'all doing this morning?
Oh boy. Is it me or is it him?
I'm trying to figure out if that was me, but no.
I thought what happened?
You glitched for a second when you.
The interweb went crazy, man.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
Yeah. And last but not least, Ben Dixon. How are you doing, my brother? We had a great conversation on Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap last night. I beg everybody to go and watch it. And this morning, I see you're back up and at it, man. What's good?
Yeah, man. Everything's good, man. I woke up feeling extra black this morning. Like I wake up feeling black every morning. But y'all know the dude, the Pain. What's his name from the House of Pain? In that video, I'm black, blackity black, 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 black. That's how I woke up this morning. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, man. Good morning. Well, I don't know who's leading things off. It's normally Rebecca. So Rebecca.
Hey. We lost your volume.
I can't hear you, sis.
You're on mute, sis.
Rebecca's on mute.
So
every time I got you doing.
So did you guys see me disappear just now?
For a split second, yeah. What happened?
Yeah,
I was out of there. Listen, the bill is due.
The Matrix took you.
Yeah, they just keep cutting me off. This internet is whack. No, my bill is paid, but I roll with I don't want to say their names. I don't know, but they're not the best because I don't get the other good ones out here in the middle of the mountains. So, but we were having this conversation behind the scenes about music and Saturday cleanup music.
Oh,
right?
Lord, you gonna put that one out there? Oh,
yeah. God. And I know Marcus was saying it shouldn't be touched and that it is sacred. And I do agree with that to an extent, but the bounce version of that Anita Baker, No One in the World.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's a good song.
Hey, you know what? Let's James, do you have 3 seconds of that they can hear? Or matter of fact, even better, can you post that track somewhere so people can hear what we're talking about? The Anita Baker remix, because it's a bop.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, let's find a place to post it. Go ahead, Rebecca, because people need to hear what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, it's a really good song, but I do understand, like I said, what Marcus was saying. He was saying like
he was serious about it too.
We shouldn't touch the music, but I get it because when you cleaning up and you listening to Betty Wright,
what kind of touch we talk about?
Y'all sacrilegious, man. And here's what I'm gonna say. If y'all want to twerk to Anita Baker, then we need to make more twerk music off of Kurt Franklin. We need to make more twerk music off of every single religious song out there. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if it's Old Man River and yeah.
We
twerking off of slave. We were twerking off of.
I tell you what, there's one song you can't twerk off of. I think everything is up for game for me because you say twerk off of Kirk Franklin. I mean, they've been twerking off of Kirk Franklin since Rain Down on Me, Melodies from Heaven. So I think the only song I'll draw the line at is Lift Every Voice and Sing. There should not be any twerking ever.
Y'all know the words to, do you guys know the words to I better know the words to that.
Yeah.
Lift every voice and turn up.
That's
Still earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty.
Did they say when you sang that song, when you guys sang that song, did they when they taught you, did you have to say resound like this? Let it resound. Did they teach you how to do like that?
That's some old FAMU. You learned that at FAMU. That's a FAMU thing.
But that is some baby. They made us do it like that.
That was in the back. That was just like, man, let me hold that paper again. Let me see.
Right. With the word.
Yeah. I had to learn the words. I had to learn the words.
I know the words now.
But they made you.
What's your boy named Future took the little Martin Luther King song and turned it into a Mask Off.
Oh, that was a Martin Luther King song?
He did.
That was a song dedicated to Martin Luther King. Oh. Martin Luther King. That was a Martin Luther King song.
Oh, didn't even know.
Hey, he didn't make it into the worst song possible.
You don't like Masco?
No, I think it's a great. Musically, it's an amazing song. Mask Off is one of the best songs ever made musically, but lyrically, it's the worst song ever made.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that going on around.
Literally, the lyrics are do some drugs, baby, do some drugs, do some drugs, do some more drugs. Do some drugs.
They played the song on Rick and Morty.
Wait a minute, and you said that they
smoked drugs. So
wait, you said that they put that on top of a song that was dedicated to Dr. King?
That music was from Martin Luther King's dedication album.
I think perhaps we have found the sacrilegious. I think it's okay for, let's say Tanisha, right? Because, they say, grandmothers in the future are going to be called Tanisha, right? I think it's okay for Tanisha or Tamar, for that matter, to do a remix to that Anita Baker song. And if Tanisha and all the grandmamas, and me for that matter, I'll drop it too. I mean, the first people to drop it, by the way.
No, some songs shouldn't be touched, though.
But the Anita Baker song?
No, that was good. But there are some songs you just gotta really.
Yeah, no, we established that. Like that Dr. King, that's sacrilegious. That's sacrilegious. I would rather see a remake to Tamar remaking the Anita Baker song.
No, it's not. No, y'all have officially taken everything off the board. Any song ever made.
But just don't mess with Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Can be that one too. Lift every voice and bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it.
No, but okay, before we get to the next, before we move on, did y'all hear, like, years ago there was a viral video where it was, I was born by the river, and it was like, Rick, I was born by the river. I was making that cash, bend it over, popping. I was making that, and I was like, that ain't right. But I know it though, because it was.
But you know it.
Terrible.
They make any and everything a bounce song.
Yeah. Well, I support it. Just leave Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Mondale, why are you so quiet?
Because you can't believe the sacrilegiosity we got going on around here.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right. Look, anything else y'all want to hit on?
I don't have anything to add to the news because, any music to some churches was considered like anti-Jesus and God. So it is what it is. Ray Charles made an entire career off of turning gospel music into soul music.
Yeah. What happened to Rebecca? She disappeared for real?
Oh no, my battery is gonna die. I didn't.
You didn't change your battery.
It's a lot of things happening right now.
It's a lot going on this morning.
Long night.
What's going on with in the news, Rebecca?
So yes, let's get into the news, you guys. So Stacey Abrams is nominated for look, y'all better look, the church folks. See?
Nobel Prize, bust it. Nobel Prize, bust it to the flow.
Listen,
we twerking off of everything today.
Stacey Abrams has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. According to Reuters, Stacey Abrams has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Lars Haltbrekken, a Socialist Party member of Norway's parliament. Abrams is being nominated due to her work registering thousands of Georgia voters. Lars Haltbrekken had this to say about her nomination. Quote, Abrams' work follows in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s footsteps in the fight for equality before the law and for civil rights. Abrams' efforts to complete King's work are crucial if the United States of America shall succeed in its efforts to create fraternity between all its peoples and a peaceful and just society, Haltbrekken said. So, listen. I definitely want to celebrate Stacey Abrams for getting the work done, doing what she's been doing, handling business, as one of the people that have gotten Georgia to where it is. She's a Black woman who deserves all of what she's getting right now. I know there are other people in the list. I know one of our producers were telling me this morning that Jared Kushner's on there, who gives a damn? If we are going to see any black person in any space, we're going to be rooting for that black person, especially if we know they've done the work, especially when we know they're powerful and they're not looking for any clout. She really is somebody who wants to do the work and has definitely shown in the change that's happened within Georgia. So
I like it. I mean, it's a nomination, right? I think they said Jared Kushner was nominated as well, right? I mean,
Donald Trump's nominated.
That's fine. Donald Trump was nominated. He's been nominated twice. Looking at the people who nominated Donald Trump and the reasons they nominated Donald Trump, there's a substantive difference between the reason that Stacey Abrams was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Right. I believe Black Lives Matter was also nominated. And if they weren't, I think I have a tweet maybe 5 years ago saying that Black Lives Matter needed to win the Nobel Peace Prize because of the moment and the movement. So to that end, even though these other people are nominated, I still salute Stacey Abrams and all. I'm cheering for everybody black that's doing something good.
Yeah.
It's weird this year.
You said it's weird.
The entire nomination, all of these people being nominated for weird shit, stuff. So I almost as much as I hate Donald Trump and the idea of Donald Trump getting a Nobel Peace Prize because of all of the other stuff he's did domestically, and his anti-science stance, the reason he was nominated actually is a valid reason. You know what I'm saying? So,
why was he nominated, bro?
He's the first president not to start a war. He's first American president not to start a war, continued thousands of killing by military force, and that's a real thing. So
he did just continue all of it.
He didn't kill as many people by drones that Obama did, right?
I don't think that's...
And Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize. Obama was the killingest drone president in the history of this country. And he got a Nobel Peace Prize. But for me, I think that this Donald Trump is still responsible for more than 400,000 people dead in this country. No longer. And who else know how many other? So I'm not saying he should win a Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not saying he should win any prize other than death. I'm saying, or prison. But I am saying it's been a weird year for Nobel Peace Prize nominations, especially when you see Val Kilmer's son and Jared Kushner being nominated, and we finding out that Trump belongs to Russia, and he has for 40 years. They've been preparing him for this moment, and it's pretty scary to know who else have they been preparing for 40 years, and what if they're more capable than Donald Trump?
Yeah.
If I may, congratulations, Stacey. I spoke to her. It's bigger than Star Trek.
Because Marcus know people.
I don't know people. I was a deputy campaign manager. So, she endorsed my campaign for when I ran for state house. I'm proud of her. I also just need to recognize that there's a movement to register voters in the state of Georgia. It was just a movement. Stacey was a figurehead in that movement, but there was just a movement to register black voters in the state of Georgia. Man, I could think about my brother Alex and Insay over at New Georgia Project, right? I think about New Georgia Project organizers who themselves personally, by themselves, registered 30,000, 40,000 people in the city.
Wow.
Individually.
Wow.
Right. I think about people who've done 100 volunteers who did 100 voter registration, filled out, voter registration forms in a weekend or on a Saturday. So first, I'm not going to take anything away from the vision that Stacey had, but I'm going to elevate in this moment. I'm going to elevate the people who did the work in the state of Georgia, man. We would be remiss if we celebritize Stacey, but we don't we don't recognize that gives we got to be careful of giving people a pass and not do things for American people, right? And this is not anti-Stacey, but we got to be so. First, Stacey, congratulations. I already told you that. Second, when we celebritize people, when we turn moments into celebrity, that's how we tend to not pass policy for the people who actually did the work. Stacey by herself didn't go and register 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 people in the state of Georgia to win.
That's it.
You know, that she didn't, you know, there was people with clipboards and purple shirts, clipboards and black shirts, clipboards and yellow shirts, clipboards and tough conversations, walking through neighborhoods, walking through club parking lots, walking through churches, walking through, you know, all over the state of Georgia, all over America to really flip this country from flip this state and this country from red to blue.
Right.
And I just gotta make sure that we don't ignore those people, because those people are the ones who are registering people for the betterment of their lives, not just the betterment of like one person, right? So I need people to understand this, and then I'm done. Voter registration is a movement. That was a movement, just like Black Lives Matter is a movement, and it takes lots and lots and lots of people who do the work when the cameras ain't around. Y'all weren't thinking about Georgia in October of 2017. You know, y'all weren't thinking about Georgia in people weren't thinking about Georgia in, you know, February of 2019. Right? The times where the cameras ain't on and people are out registering voters, those are the times that matter. And that's just what I want to put out there.
That's it.
So yeah, I definitely
let me say a couple of things, Rebecca.
Go ahead, Mondale.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I can hold my point.
No. Go ahead. No, because I know that the way I'll end it to go into the next story. So go ahead.
Okay. I also just want to say like this nomination for voter registration seems a little weird and outdated. I mean, the voter registration shows that these people are disconnected from Black folk, or they read about us, and then because some white person said you should celebritize this person or you should follow this person for something they did, or like this makes no sense. You nominated Stacey Abrams for a Nobel Peace Prize for voter registration, but not for her voter protection work. Makes no sense, and is also a few cycles removed. I mean, the big voter registration push happened years back, and there's been so much different work. Voter registration was not even, I mean, they did a little bit of voter registration at Fair Fight this cycle, but it's not what, I mean, if you're nominating people for voter registration, they didn't come close to the organization that registered the most people. So, and it just seemed like it was outdated, and it shows how disconnected people are from Black people in their work. Furthermore, I think, you know, it's voter registration. It's not voter engagement. It's not voter turnout. It just shows a disconnect. And then furthermore, like if you saw the clip that they showed about her, I think, and this is a conversation I was kind of having in text message. Somebody created a bunch of avatars for internet folk, and it's like the new left, and I'm like, who are these people? Like, how did people get labeled left? The new left, and I mean, like, there's tons of us who spent 20 years in the trenches doing nothing but working and fighting for progressive candidates and policies, and I didn't see a majority of those folk I saw weren't those people, and it's scary that we label people certain things. So on that picture, on that clip we just saw, it had Stacey, the activist that turned Georgia blue. Stacey Abrams has never been an activist. And we throwing around these titles like they don't really mean something. You can't be a politician and an activist. Stacey Abrams has been an elected official since she came into public life. She is not an activist, and it's not okay for us to use those terms as they are interchangeable. An activist is not even an advocate. An activist is not even an advocate, let alone an elected official. There are some activists that become elected, but once you become an elected official, you are an elected official. Stacey Abrams' path to Georgia, to where she is now, is not an activist path. And I think that is super important, because what we do is we minimize a lot of people that are activists, and also we minimize her true path, how she got to where she is.
Right.
So let me say this. I hear what you guys are saying, and I totally agree with it. But I don't think she has control on how, because media does that anyway. I don't think she has control on how media is going to label her. She was introduced to I know a lot of people have been doing the work, and that's why when these conversations come up, we use our platforms to shine the light on the people that have been doing the work. But how media is structured and how they go with the highlights narratives. And with the narratives, but they go with the person that they've been hearing about the most. That's how it works. But that's why we have these platforms, so that we can definitely highlight the other groups and the other people that have been on the ground running. A lot of times, some of these people who have been doing the work are not online or doing whatever. Sometimes a lot of people are inspired by the originals that have been doing the work and just are more showy with it, right? So it's like different things may go into this. Now, I will say I was introduced to Stacey Abrams from me first moving here and her wanting to run for governor and all of that. So I think here it shows more of the storyline here is just what she went through, how we saw her fail or lose that race. And we knew that, there was so much more to that story. And then, hearing her story of being
Only because there's so many people who listen. They need to know that you did the air quotes there, right? You did the air quotes on failed because
yes, I did the air quotes on failed. The air quotes on failed. But she still kept going. So that's kind of the storyline I think that we see when we're like, okay, we do see that she's nominated, and like you said, for a weird reason for voter registration, like what's that? But the conversation is she's done so much, but because of other people that pushed her too, those people that were on the ground doing the work, that were assisting her and pushing her. So when she has a platform, she definitely names those people and said this wasn't something that she did alone. So when the media companies are putting her here and saying this is why that she's done it, when she has the mic, when she has the floor, she explains what the work really is, and she explains that she didn't get there alone. There were other people before her. And I know that with this new leftist group, they're adding people, even for me, who has gotten into politics maybe for been in here maybe 5 years now, but I've done work, and for me, my focal point is with Black women and Haitians. So that's my focal point. Now, I may not have done the work in the ways that you guys have, but not to dismiss you guys' work, but because of you guys, we are. So we always take that opportunity to go ahead, Ben.
Oh, no, I wanted you to finish. I was just raising my hand.
Oh, so we always take the opportunities when we can to just lift each other in these moments, because of course the media is going to try to make it about one person, and that's going to be the most popular person. And I don't think it's to diminish other people's work, but some people don't even care about getting the recognition. It's just, they really about moving somebody forward and getting the work done and all of that. So I think it's for us to use our platforms if need be. So we got our own little nomination over here for everybody who's been doing it. Everyone who's been on the ground, hit the ground running, been at the doors, registering, making the calls, for every single person. This award is for you. Our little morning trap award.
No, I like that. I like that because, to be honest with you, I think I don't. Marcus, you put it best. You said, number one, you already personally congratulated Stacey Abrams, but you also know that the organizing and the organizers, did the work. So I don't think she would have a problem if we did this. Can we shout out? Go ahead,
Ben. People like to cap too much. I'm so sick of that. People want to cap. People want to make up stuff like folks that look at this segment and say, "Oh, they hating on Stacey." Nah, it's just that we like.
No, you guys aren't hating on Stacey.
Yeah. There's some people who know a different aspect of it and go 2 or 3 levels deeper than what you see on the surface, right? Just because MSNBC said Marcus Farrell left Stacey Abrams, or Marcus Farrell did X, Y, and Z, or Mondale Robinson did X, Y, and Z. If you ask the people around him, it was like he did X, Y, and Z. He took that bullet because somebody was shooting, but y'all forgot to talk about the shooter. Go deeper, right? And stop being surface level, so that, because you can't You can't watch the morning trap. You can't watch clickbaity political thirst trap being on some surface level. Oh, well, I heard that they said this, that, and the other about this. And then whatever headline is what you run with. There's a story behind the story, right? There's a story about organizers that came together in 2015. There's a story about the people who came together when they saw exactly how many people purged, black people were purged in the state of Georgia. Right. And the number that they needed to register to actually get to that to actually get to a place where we could compete for an election again. It was a mathematics game. The people who did the mathematics didn't get a Nobel Peace Prize. The people who did the math on it and the people who did the work on it didn't get invited to the DNC. The people who did the math on it and the people who didn't do the work on it didn't get a spot on MSNBC, CNN. Like, these are normal black people that y'all don't see, but some of y'all so surface level and shallow. It's like, you're hating if you go any deeper than what we think.
No, but you have your own opinions. You guys have your own opinions.
These are not, but these we all do have our own opinions, but these are not opinions though. This is the problem with history. This is why we as a people are stuck in this space, because we celebrate the wrong thing. And I think that's what Marcus is talking about. Like, the idea that we would celebrate voter registration over voter protection was my point. Stacey Abrams has probably the largest voter protection organization, or one of them in the nation, and they do voter protection. So if you're giving out Nobel Peace Prizes, why not give it out to something that could save democracy or stop a steal of an election, like the one that happened to her in 2018? Voter registration don't mean anything if you consider that majority of the people that you register won't vote. Barack Obama registered millions of people. Most of them stayed home. Why is that a voter registration? Why is that a nomination when this woman is protecting the right for people to go access the ballot? That is democracy saving. That is Nobel Peace Prize worthy. I think in that space, I'm also saying, when you celebrate the wrong people, history marks the wrong thing down as what saved a certain folk, and that is dangerous. I believe. I think we've done this so long.
Rebecca, how are we on? Because I want.
No, we can continue. No, we can actually. I can wait. No, we can actually continue on this, because I and I want to be clear. When it's so many, you're right. This happens so many times. This does happen so many times. But again, that's why we have these platforms. I believe that if she wasn't even nominated, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So I think that it's important. So I definitely want to celebrate her. Now, for the reason voter registration, like, of course, we can definitely expand on that. It is a weird region. But like you said, voter protection, bringing that up right there for the people who are watching is definitely like, yeah, you're right. That's a reason that we should be celebrating her. So when we do get online, we can definitely change the narrative when we're celebrating her or however. There's always going to be a story that is put out in mainstream media that is wrong. But that's why we have these platforms to correct it and, celebrate her for the right reasons. So I definitely want to continue.
If it was up to mainstream media, black men wouldn't exist.
And that's why I thank God that we are creating our own space and, making sure that we're protecting black men and black women. What were you going to say, Ben?
Is this an example of whoever nominated her? Because I know the nomination process. Literally anybody, if you're like a professor at a school, or if you're part of any parliament, member of House of Parliament across the world, you are in a position to do the nomination. So I don't know who nominated her. Rebecca, I don't know if you read that in this morning in the breakdown. But
it was one of the guys. It was one of the elected officials from Norwegian. Or Norway.
Okay. Setting that aside, then I feel like this might just be another example of white folks trying to award black people for something, but not really understanding or caring to understand exactly what should be celebrated versus what they're telling us we should celebrate. Right?
Exactly what I said. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because you're right, Mondale. Like, there's really no reason that they could not have taken a second to find out the precise reason that she should have been nominated. Or, I mean, I know this is like lofty and philosophical, but I mean, maybe we should be celebrating the concepts, right? And not the individual. And that's why I like the concept of Black Lives Matter winning, not so much the individuals or whatever they side. Like, if the individuals, like, we know Alicia Garza, we know, they're good people. So this is not to take anything from them, but it's also like the concept of democratized leadership, that I think needs to be celebrated in this moment as well. And I think Black Lives Matter, the leadership over there, the different organizations, I think anybody that you talk to in this moment will say the most important thing that we can and probably should celebrate is the fact that we have a moment of democratized leadership. There's no one leader from any community, let alone the Black community.
Yeah. I mean, and I think you're spot on. I think though, we just got to be honest, man. Like the Nobel Peace Prize is white as hell, just like the Oscars. And like we are, like, when we celebrate, it's the same thing when I see people get giddy and happy that, oh, this is my son, he went to Harvard. And I'm like, so? It's a slave institution. And I fired plenty of people from Harvard. I don't care. Like that is not the pinnacle for me. Harvard is not the pinnacle for me. The Nobel Peace Prize is not the pinnacle for me. Like, I think the problem is we're tied to these white institutions, even when we say we care about liberation or it's our goal. I don't care that some of my favorite musicians never won Oscars. You can't tell me they're not better than these white people that won tons of Oscars. You can't. I don't care that my Black freedom fighters never win Nobel Peace Prize. You can't tell me they're not better than Gandhi, who used the N-word regularly, referring to Black South Africans. He was one of the racist people in the world, yet the world celebrates him for being this wonderful peacemaker. So it tells you that, like, when you celebrate, when you orient yourself to whiteness, it's probably at the expense of your own people. And I don't really, I mean, I don't jive. I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm optimist Susie. I just don't have time for whiteness. Yeah, I don't have time.
He is optimistic.
But yeah, so no,
he's an optimistic dude.
And like I said, and I may be the only one that may view it that way in how I'm viewing it. But like I said, for me, whether it's Harvard, FAMU, which is the number one HBCU in the nation, always the better option. But whether it's any of that, I want to make sure that we are celebrating Black people, Black women, Black men, and when we can, grab that narrative, grab that story when they are highlighted, and help people understand the true story, help educate them like we did today. So no matter what, if my son got into Harvard, of course I would encourage him to go into FAMU. But if my son got into Harvard, I'll be walking around here telling people, my son got into Harvard, or whatever, as a Black man who could, that is just and I know you're not being a Debbie Downer, and I see your point of view, and I respect it 100%, but definitely we're going to make sure
I got one thing to say about Harvard. When you have an institution that has legacy anything, I got a problem with it.
Okay.
Right? When you can write a $200,000 check, or you can pay a coach to get your daughter on the soccer team when she can't even dribble a soccer ball down the field.
Or build a building in your granddaddy's name.
Or build a building, and like that doesn't warrant special favoritism for me, right? I used to think like that, right? And there is a system to get jobs, recognition. There is a system to get placed into a certain world by going to Harvard, Yale, Ivy League schools. That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
US schools rating is based on that.
But that whole system is not the system that's going to deliver us from freedom. These people place folks in position to keep Black folks where they are right now. You want to talk to me about Yale? Has Yale done more for Black people or less for Black people? Please talk to me about Yale graduates. Please talk to me about Harvard graduates. Right? Yes, your son got into Yale. Clap on to you. Are you talking to your classmates in Skull and Bone about how they shouldn't keep up a system of oppression so they can stay rich, and Black folks? I got a fundamental issue with the elevation of Ivy League schools as, what's trash. More liberating? Yeah, what's more liberating? Stacey starting an organization to protect voters. What's more liberating? What I like more than a Harvard graduate? An organizer who just registered 30,000 people.
Come on.
That's real.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And on that note, which I absolutely love, on that note, shout out to Stacey Abrams and everybody who's been doing the work. Bubba, take us into break.
Yeah.
talking like you know something? Why you always talking, going show 'em something? No stunt double, I do my own stunt. Could take a year, I'll still have that paper coming. Put like 10 on the 90, I keep it so on it. All in the club, we don't do no clubbing. Throw like 10 on the 90, I keep it so on it. Orange label, I might pop me too. I was getting money, but they didn't have a
Shout out to everybody that's checking us out this morning. Make sure you hit like button, that share button, subscribe, so you always know when the morning trap is going down. Some good conversation going on this morning. Shout out to everybody that's on the show with us. Man, y'all some smart mofos, bro. I definitely appreciate y'all.
No stunt double, I do my own tricks.
Make sure you hit that like button.
My back flip. Mind on my money, low when my palm itch. Took the slow lane cruising, now look we all rich. I hop out the car, leave the motor running. Why you always talking like you know something? Why you always talking, going show 'em something? No stunt double, I do my own stunt. Could take a year, I'll still have that paper coming. Put like 10 on the 90, I keep it so on it. All in the club, we don't do no clubbing. Throw like 10 on the 90, I keep it so on it. Could never take a handout. New cars, bigger house, everything was planned out. 2020 hindsight, noticing how I panned out. Never did too much, never wanted to stand out. Spent plenty, in my 20s, no place empty. God sent me, keep it thorough, it's not trendy. Don't tempt me.
Breathe. I'm a child of Rick G's and Bun B. Of Com 5 to Big L and Dre 3. Hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Said hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Child of the Riz and Starsky of Pac, J5 of the Don B.I.G. Hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Said hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. I'm a child of the Woodward Marquee of Rakim, Snoop, Ice Cube and Ice-T. Hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Said hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Look. Don't apply to those who create pieces of art that would eventually change the face of industry-leading media, exposed in the face of the masses. Can tell us real and be able to choose a fate better than last. Regular cats cannot relate.
Good morning, Marjorie. I see you. Shout out to everybody that's coming in this morning, checking us out. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube, Twitch, wherever we're streaming at. Make sure that you hit the like, subscribe button. It's the morning trap, y'all.
And a vibe in the long run. Been a G lacing a beat like I'm Don Juan. This verse ain't for the weak, it's for the strong ones. Looking for something better to clutch. I reconstruct with a single stroke of the brush. My mental pros got them intellectual stuck on what my flow can do with just a touch. They're wondering how, what, and when I'll strike. Got folks full shook with my pen.
Yeah, don't cry cause it's over. Smile cause it happened. Yeah, don't cry cause it's over. Smile cause it happened. When I was young, I hit the road like a prodigal son. Rode to the chronicles done, then dove into the next one. The odyssey's fun, but challenging, like balancing on tight ropes and cyclones or straddling the underground and high road. Pyro techniques exploded, hieroglyphics decoded. Try to be a poet, that's I go, but didn't know it. Now I feel like Johnny Cash, a real insomniac. At night, my mind's spinning like wheels on Pontiacs. But when I finally crash, I got dreams like Otis Redding. No forgetting, dreams to remember. And so I'm betting that my flow is headed in my soul's direction. No compass, following the funk like drum kits and trumpets. And once it's over, I'll ride into the sunset. But I'm never done yet. Watch me rise like the undead. A moment's just a moment, but the now lasts forever. We on this golden brick road, let's walk the path together. Don't cry cause it's over, smile cause it happened. While I'm unraveling the miles I've been traveling, I see the
make sure that you hit that like button, share, and subscribe so you always know when the morning trap is going down, y'all. We'll be right back with some more great conversation that's coming up.
The miles I've been traveling, I see the future never happen. How we imagine? Just lean back, enjoy it right now, and keep laughing.
Hey Nick, I appreciate that. That's the only me I can be, only Bubba. I appreciate you.
For veteran path crafters, laughter is the medicine that let us win when battling the wish I could's and never been. Ever since Hendrix and the beat poets broke down the elements, the status quo was eroded. Now we free floated. Hybrid of laughing gas and helium, blasted past the ceiling in a masterclass experience. The aftermath is meteor, lukewarm at best. Half a glass of tedium. I left that uniform a mess. I'm on a unicorn quest. Got dragons to slay. Use books for maps and ask Bilbo Baggins the way. Inhale the wizard smoke and ate the caterpillar toadstools to keep from going postal back in the old school. It's so cool the way the path is bending. Good at pretending, but I'm no fool. I know the crooked path got the happy end. Don't cry cry cause it's over. Smile cause it happened while I've been rattling. The miles I've been traveling, I see the future never happen how we imagine. Just lean back, enjoy the right now and keep laughing. Yo, don't cry cause it's over. Smile cause it happened.
Daddy want you. If you gonna go, there is only one way to go. Grind with your wannabe superstar vibes. Go hard. Step into the cypher, we'll see who you are. Go hard. Sissy soft suckers, Nero fire. Go hard. Step into the cypher, let's see who you are.
Rick, I love y'all too. I appreciate the love. Shout out to everybody that's joining us this morning.
Don't be a fool, yo, you better step off. But if you wanna go, you better go hard. Yo, go hard. Did you think I would stop? Just cause I was on top? Apparently, you don't know me. Hell no. You ain't my homie, you phony. Spreading acrimony. I'm filet mignon, yo slice bologna. Yeah, you and all your cronies. Can't even see you, so below me. Little mosquito buzzing in my face.
Welcome back to the Morning Trap. That's your get up, wake up, stay woke morning show. And we are covering all of the news that needs to be covered. And we're covering it at a level that you probably wouldn't expect between trap music. But that's what we do here. I want to shift our attention to the military coup that happened in Myanmar. Myanmar's military has detained Aung San Suu Kyi and other elected officials. According to the BBC, the military is accusing Aung San Suu Kyi's party of fraud in their recent landslide election victory. A one-year state of emergency has been declared with troops deployed in the streets and a strict nighttime curfew. Myanmar had been ruled by the military from 1962 to 2011 when democratic reforms led by Aung San Suu Kyi ended military rule. A former Nobel Peace Prize winner, Aung San Suu Kyi's reputation has suffered due to the military crackdown against Myanmar's small Muslim population, the Rohingya. In the early hours of the morning on Monday, the military unilaterally seized control, shocking most of the country, according to Reuters. President Joe Biden has threatened to bring sanctions against Myanmar back and is calling for those detained to be released. And I want to read this quote. The international community should come together in one voice and press the Burmese military to immediately relinquish the power they have seized, release the activists and the officials they have detained. He went on to say, the United States removed sanctions on Burma over the past decade based on progress towards democracy. The reversal of that progress will necessitate an immediate review of our sanction laws and authorities, followed by appropriate action, President Biden said. There's another part to this, but I want to split the conversation up here. In terms of President Biden's response to this, there's a delicate balance when we deal with international relations at any point in terms of the president of the United States and what they say in terms of the military industrial complex. There's a lot of positioning to consider here, Mundell, but I'm curious, what is your first reaction, not only to Joe Biden's response to it, but the situation coupled with how the United States in general responds to coups?
I mean, sometimes if they're not responsible for the coup, they respond certain ways because this country's been responsible for a lot of coups, especially in black and brown parts of the world. What happened in so that's one thing. I think though. I think if I want the same energy from our domestic attempted coup towards the leader of that, which would be Donald Trump. So he should be talking the same way about Donald Trump as he is about the military junta in Myanmar. They keep calling it Burma. I think that's just white people holding on to their old ways, but it is what it is. I think this is a sister who spent almost 20 some years in prison for believing in democracy for her country, for her home country, that her father basically helped outline architect. Her father was the architect of the democracy of her party that later became the one that defeated the military junta in several elections. They just wouldn't give them the power. So 2011 is the one where they finally were forced to do something about like the election results. So she already knew like her reputation being affected by the military junta killing the Muslim minority in that country is kind of a oxymoron, because this is the people that are against her, and they're killing people to make her look bad. It's who they are, and this is why she's back in jail. But she's comfortable in a prison cell in suffering, not because any person should be, but because she knows she's committed to democracy for her people. And we should all be excited that Biden at least mentioned that part. I will, one last thing I'll say about Aung San Suu Kyi. She's a human, so I'm not saying that she's perfect in anything. I am saying though, if you go back and check out her track record as it pertains to fighting for and being consistent about, calling on outside forces to be involved and overlook their elections, there's a track record of that. So this is not like this. Is there any truth to this, the stealing of this election? No, there's no truth. It's the people support her that much that they keep winning 70 and 80% of these elections, and the military just has no choice other than use force.
Marcus, I wonder if you can take this particular point that Mondale started off with, right? America has a disposition towards coups because we engage in quite a few. But juxtapose that with Joe Biden, right? His words, what he's saying from a political aspect, because a lot of times what we see happening in international foreign policy, let's just call it foreign policy, is we see there's a level of hubris, there's a level of positioning and posturing that Democrats tend to take to try to be extra bold on foreign policy versus the Republicans. Now, the nuances here, there's a lot of twists and tangles, but I know you can untangle it. But speak about Joe Biden's position and the domestic pressure that he might be feeling from Republicans.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And if you have a military that has had extreme power, then they're going to, and then they think that they want to create a narrative that keeps them in power, then they're going to say that the election was stolen or the election was rigged or the election didn't count or whatever the hell. We got to be careful to watch the chips that the military industrial complex gets off of every single word that Joe Biden says. Because that's where our relief money is going right now, America, right? So, we got to put two and two together. There's been a couple of $1 million made by the military industrial complex just by the thoughts of Burma having an issue already, right? There's people warming up. People and Republicans historically go to the warmonger aspect, and Democrats have typically not backed away from that thought.
Right.
I don't care about it. I care about democracy, and I want democracy to happen for people of color all over the planet, right? But I'm going to be a nationalist right now. I'm going to be a American centered thought person right now. Okay. I just want to see the people that stormed the Capitol be held accountable. And I want to see the people who enabled them to be held accountable. And I don't want the news cycle to move over to Myanmar when we got a news cycle that should be focused on people that are still walking around free. Look at all them people.
Look at that B-roll. Come on, man.
Yeah, the people that are still walking around. Like a lot of those people are literally walking around free. They're walking around free right now. And we can, listen, I care about it, but I'm going to tell you like this right here.
That's a good point.
And I said this on Twitter. Black people, we know that these white folks ain't going to be held accountable. We know that. When they shot Tamir Rice on camera and nobody was held accountable. Right. On, we had legal gun owners that were shot and killed, and nobody was held on accountable. Philando Castile. That's right. Yeah. So before we move over to Burma, and we allow the media cycle to move all the way over to Burma and what their problems are, if I was a Burmese citizen on either side of the aisle, I would say, America, how about y'all take care of the people who stormed your Capitol building? Right. Don't come over here with none. Don't come over here with none of that. Until you put those people in jail. Yeah. Sweep around your own front door, man. So to end this conversation, Joe Biden, you can say whatever you got to say, but you are trying to be bipartisan right now. Like there's conversations that are happening with Republicans, like their viewpoint is valid after 4 years of being silent on whatever Trump wanted to do. We're having legitimate conversations with Republicans about how they feel about a release package. The only thing a Republican do is give up your friends that went to the Capitol so we can put them arrest them. And then also give up your email so we can see if you had anything to do with it. That's the only foreign policy that I'm talking about right now.
Mundell, I know we got to go but this is important. I'm so glad we did that. Speak on it, brother. Well,
I think Marcus just smoked that ace. I want to. I just think like I hate when there's 5 or 6 preachers continue to preach on the same point.
Oh man,
the point was made by the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but can I say something real quick?
You just got to change the key, take it up a little bit higher, and you can say the same thing over again, and it's hype all over again. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
That's why a church service 7 hours and not 3. So let me do say something that's a little off kilter, right? But it's appropriate. Queen, you're being disrespectful in the chat, and not in a bad way. But I just want to say this, and I know this is not morning trap format. So I'm not supporting Gary Chambers in the 2nd district to replace Cedric Richmond because Cedric Richmond was enough of a Joe Biden type of guy in a district that should have been super progressive. And you continue to ask that question every 15 or 20 seconds is disruptive to the chat. But if you really want to answer, it's because I'm not trying to support a moderate to go replace a district that is a black district that we can have a super progressive person. And guess what? I endorse the black woman in that race that is a progressive that does not have a problem saying what she stands for instead of what Cedric Richardson said. So, no, I will not be supporting Gary Chambers just because he's a black man and my organization is Black Male Voter Project. I made my decision with Peterson. She is a sister that cares about our district. She's a sister that cares about progressive ideas. And I don't support just based on gender. I support on the most progressive person and the betterment of all black people. So if you want to continue to ask, I'm going to throw your person under the bus. So the worst thing for you to do is try to call me out on my own show, because I'm going to tell everybody that just because Cedric Richmond endorsed this guy, don't mean I'm going to endorse him. He is part of the establishment. And just because he had a viral video calling for the change of Robert E. Lee School's name, don't mean I'm going to jump in line. Sorry for that commercial break, y'all.
Hey, no, I was going to say, cut that as a commercial. Cut that as a commercial and made that go viral.
Mondale could not stop. It had to definitely read that person in the chat. I didn't even know he'd still be looking in the chat.
Just because we don't put the chat on the screen don't mean we ain't in that chat. We will. Matter of fact, we're going to find a way. We might have to just start bringing some comments on the screen so that we can address them appropriately. Rebecca.
That'll be great. Listen, I think this is a perfect time. I'm glad that we were able to touch on that. I think this is a perfect time, actually, for us to get to some Black joy. So please roll one of them videos, because I don't even know what's in the...
We don't even know what's in the tape.
I don't even know how you have it.
What's in the vault?
What's in the vault, Dwayne?
Okay, he's coming with
Just surprise us.
What we bust it.
Oh, here we go. There's a controversy I need to address. And I do know that there were some deacons who have felt that this was not the appropriate venue to express it. But as pastor, I hold very near and dear my responsibility to preserve the unity of the church. So allow me, if you will, just to make a definitive statement, and then we can go on. Sugar and grits go together. And I am not going back and forth with any of you all anymore. Let it be known from this day forward, in the pastor's office at Alpha Street Baptist Church, we put butter and sugar on our grits. That being said, I'm not
coming to your church.
Blasphemous.
There's some controversy I need to address.
He get a grit pass. I'm gonna tell you why. Before you say, before you even go into the church, Marcus, fix your face, because I don't agree with the grit statement. But listen, he's a good brother. I mean, he pledged Kappa, so we won't hold it against him. But listen, hold on, let me tell you about the brother. In his defense, the brother went to divinity school up north.
Oh no, stop. We need a disclaimer.
You need a disclaimer for that. You need a disclaimer for that.
Disclaimer.
And I don't need a disclaimer.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take this on the chin. So if y'all say you should have got a disclaimer, then I'll take that. But when I say what I'm gonna say, then y'all say if I need a disclaimer. He's not the biggest church. It's a historically black church in Northern Virginia that he pastors. Okay. Right? They gave more to the black museum, the Black Smithsonian, the National American History Museum, than any institution or any one church in this country. So get a man a grit pass because we have a museum.
Okay, all right.
No, he doesn't get a grit pass.
No, listen to what I'm saying to you.
He doesn't get a grit
He gets a hood pass.
No, wait a minute. Pause. Listen, I need this one right here. We are forever from now on going to have a separation between a culture pass and a black pass. All right? So he can have a black pass. That's great. Okay. Fine. But you're not going to get a culture pass. You can't have a culture pass.
Talk to us about them grits.
He lost that one right there. And from now on this show, we needed a disclaimer about a culture pass and a black pass disclaimer. Because that right there was sacrilegious.
Sugar don't go on grits.
Sugar don't go on damn grits.
Can you imagine if he said, can you imagine if this clown? I mean,
wait a minute. We got somebody.
God said he's shutting it down because he believes that sugar goes on grits.
Dwayne, you believe in sugar and grits?
Oh my God!
I see spaghetti and chili, but grits.
Everybody who puts sugar in grits, doesn't drink sweet tea.
And you're not allowed to bring food to the. I'm sorry, because if you put sugar in grits, that means you do raisins in your potato salad.
That's
right.
Oatmeal.
That's right.
Literal oatmeal that you're discussing right now. Talking about sugar and grits.
You eating cream of wheat.
Listen, so we give the brother. I like that distinction, Marcus. I like that distinction. Right. We can give the brother a black pass.
The brother get a grit pass, man.
He don't get no pass.
So you like sugar in your grits, my nigga?
Okay. What you talking about, man?
All right, let's go around the room. Everybody tell me how you do your grits. I'll start with mine. Because everybody do grits differently. Now, I ain't gonna lie. In Mississippi was the first place I ever learned to put ketchup in my grits. I thought it was the most disgusting thing I ever. Yeah, I thought it was the most disgusting thing that I ever heard of. And then I got to know it.
No,
I mean, it's a Mississippi thing. It's a Mississippi thing. What can I say?
But not from my part of Mississippi that my ancestors are from. So therefore, I don't know how to. All I know is that it's not sweet because grits ain't supposed to be some sweet syrupy. Yes. Yeah, that's like you could put listen in Atlanta you go get shrimp and grits anywhere in America, pretty much in the South they might put tomato sauce on it. They might put a base of different things on it. They might put cheese in it, right? But what you don't put is sugar. You get what I'm saying? So because a grit, first off, who would do that to a grit? Who would make a grit? What did the grit do to you? What did that grit do to you to be sweet? That grit ain't do a goddamn thing to you for you to be acting like that.
So
I think there's a segment of black people that put sugar on their grits. I'm not one of them. I know.
So my best friend just texted me, and she's from up north, and she lives in Kentucky. So she just texted me because she's watching the show. She's like, girl, it's the up north thing. We put sugar in our grits. For me, though, we as Haitians, we eat something that's just like grits. I think it's grits. It's called maïs moulin, and it's just yellow. But we make sure that ain't no sugar in that. And that's when I see grits, I compare it to maïs moulin. Oh. And I would never in my entire Haitian life, look at that type of food and think that
some sugar
with anything sweet, especially because when we like you said, Marcus. Meanwhile, my internet connection is unstable. Meanwhile, like you said, Marcus, shrimp and grits, down here with the butter and the, they'll do things with like salt, a little sodium. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we ain't doing no sugar and syrup and all that good stuff.
Man, I know people put sugar in spaghetti,
Rebecca, man. I do have a Haitian friend that does put sugar in his grits, and he's from Florida.
Where he from?
Florida.
Right.
Everybody who puts sugar in their grits is a Republican.
No. What?
Everybody who put sugar on their grits is an insurrectionist, and they were.
We need to have a grit. We need to have a grit off.
The Capitol on January 6th.
We need to have a grit off. So when this thing is over, we gonna all get together and you bring your best version of your grits. Dwayne, you can bring your sugar grits, and we're gonna put them side by side, and we're gonna let the audience, whoever's in the audience that day, decide. But now that's clearly after we got vaccines, because otherwise we ain't eating after. We ain't doing that.
In Dwayne's defense, grits are a cereal, and people do put sugar in hot cereal.
Cream of wheat is what y'all thinking about. Get some cream of wheat on that thing.
I eat shrimp.
Just because it's a cereal doesn't mean that you got to turn the shit into frosted flakes. Come on, dog. Like, we got to be better than that right there, man. Like, what are we doing here? No passes, no nothing. Nobody gets nothing. All y'all capping. Everybody capping right now. Ain't no sugar. Don't do that to a grit. A grit does not deserve to be sweet.
My best friend is so mad. She's like, y'all so uneducated about the grits. She's like, sugar can go in grits. It's simple. Like, you guys are making it. But, you know.
That Pasta's a good man. Pasta is a good man.
Yeah, Alfred.
But he wrong on grits.
Wesley's dope.
He wrong on grits.
I don't fight this fight. I know my mom look at people like that crazy when they put sugar on grits. Like, it blows her mind that people would do that.
He got up there proud, too.
He got up there the whole video.
Over at our church, we go put
like he was about to discuss a scandal. It is
scandalous
for you to put sugar on the grits.
This ain't what I'm gonna fight over. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna fight over in the kitchen.
What you gonna fight over?
I want to know how you cook your chicken.
Hello.
That's a fight for me.
Let's talk about that for a second, though.
How do you fry your chicken? Do you wash your chicken? Are y'all washing y'all chicken? You should never wash your chicken.
I gotta watch it, bro. I don't trust.
You never should, because you spread salmonella all over the place.
Listen, I'm patient.
You have proper protocols.
We rub it down, and we rub it down with
James, help me out, James.
We rub in, we make sure, but we do it, and we've been doing it forever. This is what my ancestors prepared for me. So this
you got salmonella all over that pretty house.
Chicken. This is how
you got salmonella all over that pretty house.
You got salmonella.
No, we bleach down the sinks and everything, baby.
Yeah.
We make sure after
bleach
you
is illegal in the kitchen.
You are cleaning your meat, baby. That's why I don't eat at everybody's house. You are cleaning your meat. You're cleaning your meat.
So it is stated that you should not wash your chicken because it has the potential to splatter salmonella all over the place in the kitchen. So then it would be like,
I read that in the article.
If you have proper kitchen protocols, you can avoid that. Like,
look at me.
Let's be honest now. How many of us black people have kitchen protocols like that?
I do, because number one, I wash all of my chickens. Number two, I've cooked chicken. I've had chicken cooked in my family every day of my life. I hate baked chicken so much because my mother, love my mother, great woman of God, right? But she cooked us baked chicken every single night. And I'm telling you, for the 40 years of me eating chicken that's been washed, I ain't never got sick from it because we clean up as we cook.
Listen, if you have Haitian food, just know that the food. If you had Haitian food, just know that the food that you ate,
that's where COVID came from.
Has been washed down by water, vinegar, lemon, scrubbed, baby, scrubbed. Okay, made sure
I grew up in a soul food restaurant. I grew up in a soul food restaurant, Farrell's Deli, right there in Tallahassee, Florida. If you were a rattler, you drove by many times. And here's the thing: I ain't never seen my grandfather wash damn piece of chicken, and he been feeding the whole community for 50 years actually in Tallahassee, Florida. Right, so he fried like the chicken would come in a box. He opened the box. He put it. He put it in.
Well, let me ask you a question.
He put it in the batter. Wait a minute. I just want to finish this real quick. He put it in the batter, his special batter. He fry it, and the whole hood was happy with the fried chicken, right? And I'm talking about the black neighborhood in Tallahassee, Frenchtown, all right? Back when it was black before Florida State gentrified it. Now, I've washed chicken, and I did it in front of my grandfather, and he got mad at me.
Okay.
The heat from the temperature. The temperature will
I can rock with that.
Don't do that.
I can rock with that. Let me ask a question.
Let me ask a question for the rest of my life because my ancestors told me to. Period.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all think
you get salmonella in your hairline, girl?
Never. My family, my bloodline, they've been doing this, and they are hairline full grown.
I just don't trust. I'm sorry. Maybe this is where the conspiracy theory runs rampant in me. I just don't trust some of these factories that be throwing these chickens into these little plastic containers to actually feel like that's something I should risk. I just come from
but you eat dry food. We just had a whole conversation about you all about to take my man's culture card for some grits, and we know that the USDA allows a certain amount of roaches and rats in all dry food.
That's just protein. That's just protein.
Yeah, man. That's flavor, bro.
I don't got nothing to say then. I mean,
because I listen. All right. Well, we ain't gonna figure this one out on this.
Adding another dry product like sugar is okay though.
But we all agree no sugar on grits though.
Yeah, we can say that.
No, all hearts and minds are clear.
But definitely wash your chicken in the name of whoever you.
Yeah, but with what? Cold water and soap?
No. What I just said. Lemon. You scrub it down with lemon. You make sure you put the vinegar in it. You cut that slit right down the chicken. Make sure it's getting inside of there, and then you definitely rinse it off with lukewarm water, baby. I definitely
lukewarm water does not kill germs.
If you've ever had any food from Haitian restaurants,
lukewarm water grows germs.
You grows germs. That's the danger zone.
Listen, when you're scrubbing it down with lemon, when you're scrubbing it down with vinegar, that's really where we rinse it off and make sure that it's going inside. And then we sit it in there for a minute or two to marinate and make sure that you'll see all that stuff just coming out of the chicken. So, but anywho, like I said, we can move on from that. I refuse to hear this blasphemy. You will not. Dwayne, Marcus,
Wait.
It's an update. It's an update from the voice in your head. Listen to it. Listen to
I hear it.
Wow, Ben. Oh, Ben.
Okay.
Sugar grits.
I don't remember everything I ate growing up. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure I ate squirrel before. But as for me in my house, we pronounce it. We refer to my dad
with the grits with the.
We refer to my dad as Dada. That's like our name for him is Dada. But I have no. I mean, probably did. But as for me in my house, I got the best grits in the South, and they don't contain sugar. That's all I got to say.
And as for me in my house, we gonna
have to see that,
with that vinegar and that lemon. Amen. Yeah. Moving on to the next segment.
Yo, go to break.
Hashtag clean your meat.
Cut the break before they start talking blasphemy. Cut the break.
Ain't now sugar ever touched none of my grits. I tell you that much. Let's get out of here.
He put sugar in his grits.
I tell you what, all we gonna do, we gonna show and prove. Let's go.
We gonna show and prove. What's up? I'm at the best sugar grits inside of Mississippi.
You definitely be eating the Haitian food. So that's
who got the best catfish in the South? What state got the best catfish in the South?
North Carolina. Stop playing.
Florida, Alabama,
Mississippi. Let's go, Mississippi.
It's definitely
Louisiana.
Florida.
I'm sorry. Abort. I didn't mean to start a war before the break. Go, James.
You did.
North Carolina.
I heard it's the best from Louisiana.
Then it would not be me. I got nothing but love for all my mommies. If it wasn't for her.
Shout out to everybody, man, who doesn't put sugar in their grits. Doggone it. Sugar don't go in grits. What's wrong with y'all?
Always gonna care for me no matter what. She there for me from tutoring to therapy. My mama had the answers, G. Magician with the ring, she made it happen magically. Leave my jacket at the park again, and that's an ass beating. If she
my
say
mama
no, then she
saying,
know she don't need a reason.
She used to put sugar in my grits. Mama, no, you didn't. I know you didn't.
Set up the field with the bully, that's my old lady. Same woman, front row, yelling rap, baby. They want support and looking just like my daughter. Shout out to grandma, she done raised the
hashtag clean your meat. I mean, don't it's really like contaminate everything. But I know that everybody does, so it's okay.
And it would not be me. I got nothing but love for all my mommies represent. If it wasn't for her, then it would not be me. I got nothing but love for all my mommy represent. No matter what for her, baby, she gon' hold it down. Remember all the times when I was out here running wild, doing everything and anything to make her smile. I just love it when my mama say I make her proud. No matter what for her, baby, she gon' hold it down.
Why you tryna play me? Telling me I'm crazy, tryna prove me wrong in every fight, knowing that I'm right. Why you tryna wreck me?
Hashtag clean your meat is a thing now. Shout out to everybody that's checking us out in the chat room. I see y'all. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, and subscribe so you always know when the morning trap is going down. Y'all having a hell of a show this morning. Don't want to miss it. Y'all will be right back, of course.
You love me and I love you. Why can't we just match the two? Why we get so mean, like the match I'm
And if you feel like tipping your DJ, you most definitely can. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App.
Feed the flame with fire.
Fire.
bullheaded, stubborn, wild, crazy lovers. You love me and I love you. Why can't we just match the two? Why we get so mean? Light the match, I'm kerosene. Why you tryna play me? Telling me I'm crazy. Sitting on the other side of me. Always cross-examining. Don't you think it's silly? Why won't you just trust me? Why can't you just look me in the eye? And no, I never lie. Why you tryna play me? Tell me that I'm crazy. Tryna prove me wrong in every fight. Knowing that I'm right. Why you tryna wreck me? You always wanna check me.
Man, I love Star Trek.
Me out in front of friends. Careful where you tread before this ends. You love me and I love you.
NY to LA with it. NY to LA with it. I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side.
I'm just over having a good time by myself, just
That's how
jamming.
we ride, yeah, that's how we ride. Gon' bro, no lead, no lead. Make it easy like 1, 2,
Shout out to everybody that's checking in this morning.
3, 2, 1. I fly till you can't see me. Swish, yeah. Darling, from the first whistle we go all in. And one, call it. Numbers up and never falling.
Shout out to my nieces and nephew that's checking us out this morning, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all.
Stuck to the plan and I stayed out the way. Now we're spending no money, never touching the bank. Just for me the game and I'ma get it done. Don't do it for fame, do it for the ones. Ace with cigar, my damage my lungs. Wife, you want to drive, she get what she want. I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5.
Somebody just asked about what about pineapple on pizza. I eat pineapple on my pizza, and it's always a thing. So y'all can go to hell if you don't put pineapple on pizza. It does go on pizza. Thank you. Thank you. The morning track.
1, 2, 3, go, on 3, 2, 1. I fly till you can't see me. Swish, yeah. Darling, from the first whistle we go all in. And one, call it. Numbers up and never falling. My baby called me and said she need to stay. Be for real, 25 they are the type of kid. Stop playing with me, you know that you here to stay. Stop playing with me, I'll be back home with me.
Pineapple does go on pizza. It can anyway. It's a Hawaiian thing. I love it. It's really good. And Caribbean thing.
Girl, I don't play no games. Bet you never find another like me. You sure you wanna fuck with me? What you say? She said, alright, what we doing tonight? Stick with me, I'ma change your life. I'll show you things you've never seen before. Let's take a trip all around the world. Buy you the finest things you deserve. You need a man who's gonna put you first. Let me be the one. Yeah.
Let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me be the one.
Yeah. I really like the way you move. The way you move that body so icy. Body like a cinema.
Right.
So cold, yeah. Can't take my eyes off you. I'm loving everything that I see. Can we get up out of here? Let's go. She said, alright, what we doing tonight? Stick with me, I'ma change your life. I'll show you these things you've never seen.
I like this song.
Ooh, but now Bubba, I thought you were holding no Bubba, but you know.
Oh, I missed it. Damn.
Nah, it was. I like that song. I like that song. And the one,
Uncle started singing.
What's that song where there's a woman who's singing it. Anyway, I can't remember. I'm not going to be able to remember. There's a couple of songs that you played that I want on my playlist.
I like your accents. I've been the way you say woman and the way Mondale says like two. And,
I never noticed. How do I say
Marcus
woman?
Too?
Woman. You say woman.
Yeah.
Woman. That's a woman over there. That's a congresswoman.
That's a woman. That's a whole woman over there. That boy. That's because I'm just.
If he call you a woman, you should feel like a woman.
Bro, listen, I'm evolving.
It's true.
Listen, honestly, I'm low key evolving. I'm low key evolving to that uncle who sit under the shade tree. Hey, that woman, whatever. I'm evolving into that. I'm trying to avoid it.
I'm already there, man. Like I've mastered having a cigarette halfway out my mouth and all that.
Exactly, bro. It's just hanging that little toothpick. They want to lay that out, So every now and then, yeah.
Marcus,
woman. Okay.
I froze again, y'all.
Smoking cigarettes?
You're not froze.
No.
What's wrong with cigarettes?
Smoke them.
Cigars, but not cigarettes. And I don't smoke.
Yeah. No, I was joking, folks, when I said what's wrong with cigarettes. Totally joking. So yeah, if I will say this, if cigarettes are legal, weed needs to be legal everywhere, up and down, back and forth. Because I've smoked quite a bit of both.
Can I do something real quick?
Cigarettes. That's the devil.
I need to make one announcement real quick. Last night, my dad had a stroke again. He's been going through.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. But listen, he texted me this morning, and I called him, and he's already flirting with the nurses again. So. So I mean, listen. So check this out. I mean, I think I want just send prayers to Morris Farrell. I love you, bro.
Definitely.
I see you, man. I know you're watching me right now, and leave them ladies alone, dude.
Your dad's a ladies' man, but definitely prayers out to your father for a speedy recovery and healing. Definitely,
for sure. Rebecca.
Look, we got to get back. Look, because usually I'm like, let's get back into news, guys. Let's get back into the news. But yeah, let's get back into the news. Look, because today felt like a Friday show. Kind of.
I mean, we don't have to cover. I mean,
yes, we do.
We literally can do anything we want to do.
We definitely can.
Okay, so it's on you. What you want to do?
Yeah, we're definitely going to go into some news.
Okay.
All right, let's talk. Rahm Emanuel. Okay, so in other international news, I know we covered Myanmar, but in other international news, did you guys hear about this?
Grit. Rahm looks like somebody put sugar on grits.
Is this a snuff?
He looks like Clorox. He looks like Clorox chicken. Look at him.
He does look like Clorox chicken.
He looks. Yeah, he knows.
I promise
he spent some time in the deep fryer.
This is why you can't.
Rahm Emanuel has definitely been in it.
By NBC News last night. It was reported by NBC News last night that Joe Biden is considering Rahm Emanuel, the former mayor of Chicago and chief of staff to Barack Obama, who we know all too well, for an ambassadorship to China or Japan. I thought Biden had gotten smart and realized it was a big mistake to bring Rahm on, but I guess I was wrong. So what do you guys think about this? Y'all already started and was roasting the man.
Who won it first? Okay, I'll take it. Okay,
listen, I just look. Rahm Emanuel covered up the shooting death of Laquan McDonald. Rahm Emanuel towed my car because I ran a candidate against him. Rahm Emanuel closed 50 schools in the black neighborhood. No, listen, I'm going to repeat these same talking points every time y'all mention the word Rahm Emanuel. Rahm Emanuel closed 50 schools in black neighborhoods in the city of Chicago. Rahm Emanuel decided to give incentives to the businesses in the inner loop of Chicago at almost 1,000 times higher rate than he did for the businesses outside of the inner loop of Chicago in the black and brown neighborhoods. Rahm Emanuel basically told Barack Obama that he needed to be a friend to Wall Street above the people of America.
That's it.
Rahm Emanuel, not only did he cover up a murder, but he also has always had the backing of police departments across the nation. Rahm Emanuel is a tough on crime politician, whether he was a congressperson or the mayor of Chicago and any other position that he has. Rahm Emanuel can kiss black America's whole entire ass.
Collective ass, like the whole entire big, I mean, all of it. You get nothing from black folks on this one. And I'm sorry if every good meaning white liberal never watches our show again. Put Rahm Emanuel in this cabinet and we're going to show y'all what angry black people really is about. That's all I got.
Look, Mondale, you ready? Okay, Mondale, you have the floor to roast them. Because you was going in.
No, except for until I found out this was like serious. Like this is disgusting.
Yeah.
There's no way Rahm should be anywhere in federal in national government ever again. This guy is absolutely trash. If trash was a human. No way you can do what you did. Marcus named the schools. Marcus named the murder he covered up. People forget there were secret prisons in Chicago, and he closed down 50 health clinics or so. How many other health clinics he closed down? Most of them in black communities. This guy is, man, no way.
He has never been good for black people.
No way.
Ever.
But here's a bigger question. Right? Here's a bigger question that I need to, like, whiteness is so potent that the Biden administration can consider him for a position. Shows me that they really now follow what I'm saying now.
Yeah,
y'all listen. If the Biden administration is considering this guy who made who was just as responsible for the cover up of a black murder as the guy who put a knee on the back of. Listen. That shows you the real appreciation for not even the whole entire American black community, but how about the black community of Chicago, one of the largest black communities in America, right? How about them? Why is he getting considered when the whole black community has suffered atrocities under this guy? It says more about the Biden administration than it does about, and it's funny because Biden came in hot, swinging. He came in hot. Signed this, signed that, signed this, signed that, signed this, signed that. And then all of a sudden, well, let's meet with 11 Republicans. Then all of a sudden, hey, where's Rahm at?
Nah.
Now, if we don't say anything about it, that's on us, right? That's on us, right?
Right.
And we need to always make sure that we give props where props is due and props is due when good things are done. But don't erase all the good you've done with bringing on Rahm Emanuel, showing Black America that you just say some things, but you really don't mean it.
Bro, like, man, because think about the fact, we said Chicago, ask Chicago, right? I wish we had J. Mal Green this morning to talk about it, right, from Chicago. But more specifically, I wish we could talk to all the people who voted for Rahm Emanuel in that second mayoral race, but they would not have voted for him had he released the video footage of Laquan McDonald being shot, right, and killed by his policing agencies. He held that video back from being released until after the election. I want to ask all the black people who voted for him, now that you know that he did that with a young black man's life, I ain't got to ask you nothing. I need to ask Joe Biden, why would you even consider this dude? Get him out of here.
Yep, whether or not it's a position in cabinet, ambassador, the trash pickup man, he shouldn't be nowhere. He shouldn't be anywhere because it just...
Send him back to the deli that got his finger cut off. Like, he was a working class hero back then, right? When he was working and he was in the deli, meat grinder, somebody said that's how he lost his finger, right? That's where he should go, because that's where he was at his best, because he had solidarity with workers back then.
Yeah. He shouldn't be nowhere. He shouldn't be nowhere, especially because the history of him with black people. And, you know, sometimes I feel like what was the purpose of considering him at all? What was the motive? What's behind that?
Well, I mean,
you know?
this is very easy. We have to understand something. Whiteness like Rahm Emanuel does get in power. You can't win Chicago without black people. I don't care. You can't win that. We can't win that seat without black people. You can't. And whiteness in like Rahm's gets empowered by problematic blackness. Don't ever get that confused. Don't y'all ever get that. Don't y'all ever get that confused. Like when we talk about the congressman that endorsed Rahm Emanuel, when we talk about the $1 million that ended up in a campaign coffer of a black congressperson to get a Rahm Emanuel endorsement, when he knew for a fact that he shouldn't be endorsing Rahm Emanuel, right? Like, there is toxic blackness that has elevated and kept Rahm Emanuel going. I mean, if Rahm wants to listen, Barack Obama had one of the highest popularity in Chicago history when it comes down to any politician. Rahm Emanuel was on the ropes with Chewy Garcia. He was on the ropes. Guess who cut him a 30-second commercial basically saying, well, I know that Rahm Emanuel has a couple of problems, but we got to give him another chance.
Let's be clear. Barack cut a commercial for him.
Look, we know that we know the voice.
And I want everybody to understand this now. This is the last time I say it. Barack cut that commercial while Rahm Emanuel was actively covering up Laquan McDonald's murder. I repeat that. Barack Obama cut a commercial for Rahm Emanuel while Rahm Emanuel was covering up the death of Laquan McDonald.
Yeah.
Listen, this is nothing but this is the toxic part of politics. This is so I don't know if y'all know this or not. Every president to get elected, Marcus, y'all know this. I hope y'all do. Allows for a certain amount of ambassadorships for big donors. This is horrible, which means, this person might not be the best diplomat for that position. Actually, they probably aren't for that position, but this is the history of America's presidents. Big donors get ambassadorships. Trump went crazy with it, of course, way crazy with it, but he wasn't the first president to do it. Obama did it for some of his big donors, Bush, and every president before them. Since we've been in the age of money and politics. And this is, Rahm raised a ton of money for Biden. And I think this should be enough for people to say you need to have a certain level of experience before you become an ambassador because, and they should name it the Rahm Law because he's so grimy and nasty. The law should be named after him so we never forget how destructive of a person he is as in elected office or in any position of power. I hate Rahm. I hate Rahm.
That's it.
And it's China. It's not a small country.
Right.
It's not a small fish country. They are talking about putting him in direct relationship with China. Now follow this real quick.
Yeah.
Follow this real quick. He got a stank ass attitude. Don't ever forget that. So we are putting somebody at the diplomatic table with China who has a horrible attitude problem and represents nothing but the economic interest of Wall Street. Y'all just think about that.
Man. China or Japan or Israel, I think is what they're saying.
Nah.
All three?
No. I think those are his pick. He's getting his So yes, all to everything that everybody said. Joe Biden, no. Period. Our comment section is wild. Paige Keaton said,
"You just know that you just figured that out, boy."
Because I don't
because Mandela already knew.
I don't purposely stay in the comment section.
Right here on the side.
But I got to give a shout out to Paige Keaton because I was saying, remember I said he needs to go back to that deli where he got his finger cut off because that's the only time he had good solidarity with us. Paige Keaton in the comment section said, "You ain't a good deli worker if you end up grinding your finger off." So, sorry, Rahm, you're not even good at the deli work, let alone being the ambassador to China with your steak ass, Marcus Richie said, his steak ass attitude.
Steak ass attitude.
All right.
That's that on that.
Enough on Rahm Emanuel. Because it seems like we can go on for days. We know he's trash.
It's never enough on that greasy piece of skinless chicken breast.
And it
deep fried vinegar and lime cleaned ass boy.
Nubby bird ass boy.
Don't get these hands, bro.
Hey, Rahm cannot say you want these hands. He cannot say that.
I'm telling that to Mondale because Mondale
you want this 9.5% hands.
Hey, this what Rahm did. Rahm was working in that restaurant. Somebody ordered 10 chicken nuggets. They had 9 left.
He said, "All right, F it.
I'm a capitalist.
I'm dedicated." This dude cut his finger off. This dude cut his finger off. He cut his finger off for the profit margins of his masters. Come on, man. So you cannot trust this guy.
Listen to what play it out. I said chicken nuggets. It was short one. He cut his finger off for the nugget. He sacrificed for the nugget. Gold nugget, money, whatever.
Oh my God. Listen, moving on. So according to Politico, top House Democrats will move this week to remove Marjorie Taylor Greene from multiple committees this week. With or without help from the minority leader, Kevin McCarthy, Green has shown zero. Why would they put this word here? Green has showed nothing for her past actions, tweeting over the weekend that she will never apologize. Over the weekend, Green also claimed she has talked to Trump amid the firestorm and has his full backing. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said in a statement referring to Green, quote, loony lies and conspiracy theories are cancer for the Republican Party and our country. Somebody who suggested that perhaps no airplane hit the Pentagon on 9/11, that horrifying school shootings were pre-staged, and that the Clintons crashed JFK Jr.'s airplane is not living in reality. This has nothing to do with the challenges facing American families or the robust debates on substance that can strengthen our party, end quote. So going on to The View on Monday's episode of the What's Up?
No, Mark Mundell, was that a Mitch McConnell impersonation you were doing?
Y'all can't be interrupting my news pieces to
But it
to
was
play.
so good. It was so good.
Really good. Don't
Can you just, I'm sorry, Rebecca, you could chew me out after the show, but can y'all, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I would love to hear him read that as Mitch McConnell, but we could do that another day. It was a good impersonation. I'm sorry, Rebecca.
Are we done or are we finished?
We finished. Put some respect on my name. Go ahead, Birdman. Go ahead.
Okay, so on Monday's episode of The View on ABC, co-host Meghan McCain blamed the media's coverage of folks like...
Wait, did you call her Birdman?
I was waiting on somebody to get it was good. I thought it was good.
Rebecca gonna beat that ass after the show. Get him.
She coming for you too. We all in trouble. Go ahead, Rebecca. We're sorry.
We require order.
Shh. Seriously.
I'll let y'all play. Can y'all let me work?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at Marcus.
Dwayne, mute all the men on the screen.
Mute them all, please, so I can get done with this piece, and then we will move forward. Because the kids, okay? As I was saying on Monday's damn episode of The View on ABC, co-host Meghan McCain blamed the media's coverage of folks like Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene for radicalizing Republicans. Let's take a look, please.
I do think the more that the mainstream media continues to come out and say that all Republicans are birthers and crazy people and we believe in space lasers, then the more it makes traditional Republicans, and there's still a lot of them in the country, go back into their corners. And this is becoming very tribal. And I would argue that this is how we got Trump in the first place, is that there's just no nuance in it. I know.
Oh my God.
So yes. So here's the thing about that. When watching that, guys, I know it's a lot, right? Houseway, but it's like she said that, and
department kind of leader.
Someone in the all right, look, have fun. Enough.
Rebecca's like, she's done. She's done. Rebecca. Okay, all right, here we go. Now that Rebecca's done.
I'm done.
All right, great.
You guys have it.
Can we go? Can we go down?
The teacher left. Okay, the teacher's gone.
Who we roasting first, Meghan McCain or Mitch McConnell?
Gone.
Measure McCain is not using basic arithmetic when she's talking about Republicans. Sorry, Rebecca, go ahead.
Oh no, you guys have the floor. You guys look.
Hey, Meghan McCain look like she want to call Whoopi a nigga every single episode. It's like I wish this. And obviously Whoopi got some power because Whoopi just be shutting her down, and it's almost like the perfect way to. Like she stops caring. Every word that Meghan McCain says is a caring word. Like she's caring on television every single day.
That's her language.
Marcus clearly don't understand the bar for lawmaking is whiteness. So whatever he's saying about Whoopi don't mean nothing because Megan's white.
You also sound like you sound like a 1940s gangster. Yeah, y'all remember
that? Sound like that. Whenever you don't have a chin, you got to sound like that. When you don't have a chin, you got to sound like that.
Jeez, read that quote. Meghan McCain is full of it. Like, I know we're talking about Meghan McCain.
Don't try to Meghan McCain is full of it now.
So I think, Ben, think about if we use the same logic. Yeah, if we use her same logic, then she's also saying America is responsible for the Taliban. That same logic. Think about it. She said Democrats are responsible for radicalizing Republicans because we keep talking about them. So America keeps talking about all Muslims in a certain way. So that means Americans are responsible for the radical Islamists, right?
Maybe.
So what is she saying? It makes no sense. What she's her thought pattern is, damn, I'm so glad I'm white. I can get paid for being mediocre. That's what she's thinking of that shit. While she was saying that, she was like, I'm still gonna get a meal this year, even though I have no clue what I'm saying.
Right. Listen, Mondale, more so than that, right? Like, there's a very big problem with Republicans and not being able to accept what their platform is. Like, they act like their platform isn't something that people shouldn't be mad at, right? And by the way, when I say Republican and platform, they have never came out with an official platform. So therefore, their actions and their tactics are their platform. And what has been their actions and tactics? Racism,
white law,
whiteness, toxic whiteness, right? Wars, right? Giving the wealthy tax breaks. Like that is what the Republican Party has. That's their platform. They won't say it's their platform, but that's their platform. Like, Democrats really just had an anti-Trump platform, but Republicans just had a platform of almost just saying evilness, just across the board, just like anything that makes the wealthy wealthier, black and brown and indigenous folks, screw them over as much as possible. Let's restrict voting rights. Like everything they did is almost anti-American, and they act like we're not supposed to react like that. And they get mad when somebody just calls out the obvious. Okay, for instance, right now, across America, which I had an article for, I should have brought it up, but I just saw it this morning. Right now, across America, state legislatures are trying to change laws in state houses across America right now, making it so that they can overturn Secretary of State signing legal laws saying that the voters voted a certain way. In Arizona right now, there is a bill that the state house can overturn an election anytime that they want to. This is what they're producing. This is Republican led. It is literally anti-democratic, but they get mad if we said you're being anti-democratic. And their base is like, well, it's American to be anti-democratic. Ain't that the craziest thing in the world?
I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I just
it's crazy as well as like pitiful. Megan, my 3-year-old cannot get away with that logic, right? I did it because you are responsible for your actions. Every person that marched up those steps.
Low. If you're white,
bro, actually, because my point ain't even that important. Mondale, I can yield for my point if you say our objective over the next 4 years is to ensure that do the Barack Obama quote.
What we're gonna do is make sure Barack Obama is a one-time president.
You guys created this, Meghan McCain, with Mitch McConnell. Right there, doing everything they possibly could to stop Barack Obama from getting any progress done. You all radicalized yourself.
So
like
Joe
let me tell you how. Hold on, Rebecca. I promise this is news, and then I'm gonna shut up. I promise you, Ben, what you just said is spot on. Let me tell you how real it is. Did you see what's going on now? We're finding out that the people at the Capitol didn't even vote for Donald Trump. Some of them didn't vote. Most of them, like they're the ones that are coming out in 2020. These people talking about elections stolen didn't even vote, bro. And some of them didn't even vote in 2016 for Donald Trump. This ain't about elections. Y'all can stop fooling yourselves. And I bet you the more we dig into them, the ones that have been arrested, we're gonna find more of them that didn't even vote, because it's never about voting. It was never about the integrity or the democracy or the love of this country or the duty to be sure that democracy is held. No, it's about whiteness. And y'all can gin it up any way you want to. And you can say the Democrats are responsible for this. No, it's you all allowing QAnon and all of these other people to have livable space in y'all party. And now you have a party of people who don't even vote, but willing to burn down this Capitol. That's crazy. They didn't even vote, bro.
That's wild.
Okay, as I was saying, and with that being said, if people even in that party So it's to the point that you guys are all saying they've built that. So Meghan McCain saying what she's saying has no weight for real, because people in her own party, like Joe Walsh, if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of him. He basically quoted her saying Meghan McCain is wrong. The media didn't radicalize Republican voters. Trump radicalized Republican voters. And all of us, including himself, current and former Republicans, created Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. So Meghan McCain is wrong a lot. So if people in your own party are literally telling you, girl, you know that was us. Like, come on now, we gotta keep it a buck. We gotta keep it 100. You can't be coming on out there saying that it's Democrats that are radicalizing this. We've been that way. We've created those people. That's how we got all those people, because of us, whether you were sitting on the sidelines or just working the situation on the front lines. So it was you guys. It was always been you guys. And speaking of the sidelines, did you guys hear about courtside Karen that was said to be cursing out LeBron James and was kicked off of the court, and LeBron James dubbed her courtside Karen, and she has been all over social media saying that he called her a bitch. Excuse my language. He called her a bitch, a female dog, and she's going all over there and saying that, and he's really not bothered by it. He's really like, her mask was off and my refs was near her. So I hope they're okay. Like,
is there video of that?
Need to be. Yes, and I did. Yeah, there's video of it. Were you guys able to grab it? So they weren't able to grab it. Yeah, they weren't able to grab it yet. But the woman is online. I wanted to play that video, but there's a lot of cursing in it. She's basically just saying, he said something to my husband, and the entitlement of these people who sit courtside. It's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. And
wow.
Go ahead, Miguel.
Okay.
It was an away game. It was an away game, and he was being heckled. LeBron even said she shouldn't have been kicked out initially, right? But she just he was like, it's good for basketball to have fans for the opposing team, or the visiting team, or the home team. The home team to be going at opposing team members. That's cool. We used to that. Right. The problem is this, like you said, this privileged woman took her mask off during COVID. In an arena where there are other people, not just LeBron. So the fact that LeBron and your husband are going back and forth does not give you the reason to spit your carrot juices on people, especially when you're screaming and standing up on courtside. Like, it's bad for business. So they kicked her out the arena. And then after, the internet started dragging her for being all upset. She went to her Twitter account. Then once LeBron saw her, she's like, she really is carrying, courtside Karen. And now she's just
he said courtside Karen is mad.
There's something more. There's something more important about this. Not more important, but I want to add on to this. Karens across the world, white people across the world. Let me tell you something. There's not one single owner that's more powerful than LeBron James in the NBA.
Whoa.
Get over it. Get
Facts.
over it.
I like that. I like that.
So
your alligator tears don't work.
Y'all don't run nothing. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Y'all run nothing. Y'all I love that movie. I know that's hard for some white people to accept, right? But when it comes down to the NBA and LeBron James, you run absolutely nothing. If that brother wants to come on the court and put a Black Lives Matter T-shirt on and put a I am anti-fascist on his shoes, y'all can't do nothing.
Or if you want to argue with the man on the sideline,
nothing. Donald Trump can't do nothing. Mitch McConnell can't do nothing. Karen, your husband, who's rich, can't do nothing. The owner of the Lakers can't do nothing.
I beg to differ.
There is no one that can do when it comes down to the NBA.
Come on,
when it comes down to the NBA, there is nobody that can do anything to what LeBron James. So you're arguing up a hill that you can't win, and that's when you go that's when you go ultimate Karen mode. You go uber Karen when you realize that a black man can just say, "Shut your ass up," and you got to.
You can do about it,
and
there's nothing that you can do about it.
So Karen, this is not going to be that time where you say something. Yeah, this is not going to be that time where the white woman says something.
Celebrate Black History
and everybody. We're going to go there in a second. You're going to say that.
I just want Karen to enjoy. I just want Karen to enjoy her shaming by a black man who doesn't give a flying F about
Because we do remember that time where there was once a time where Emmett Till happened because of a white woman, right? So, speaking of that, let's go into some Black Joy. I want to really quickly play this woman playing the harp, and I want you guys to name that tune. And it's just beautiful, Black woman magic. Is. I love it. Let's play it.
It's the two of us.
Exactly.
It's Will Smith, ain't it, baby?
No, it ain't. That's the kid. Look,
go with
that's
Will Smith version.
Yeah, that's Will
He's
Smith.
just playing. He's just playing.
Oh, I'm
He's
serious.
kidding.
It's Will Smith.
You and I.
It's Will Smith.
When the first time I met you in your mama's arms.
That's how them young people be. Will Smith. Everybody know that.
But why you gave him that voice though?
Crank. Hey, let's crank it up for the radio audience and take a listen in a little more.
Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Baby, drop it to the floor and bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it.
I would twerk to this.
Bust it.
It works
Bust it.
though.
I would
To the flow. To the flow. To the flow. Let's go. To the flow. To the flow. Bust it. Bust it down low. Bust it.
We can't hear you, my girl. We can't.
Back it up. Drop it.
There we go.
Bust it.
Hey.
Bust it.
To the
Twerk
sweat
something. Bust it.
down my
Bust it.
hey.
On the morning track.
Back it. It takes some ghetto ass Negroes to turn a harp playing as beautiful as that into some old trashy, bust it down viral video. You good for nothing. I'm just joking.
Why
So
she
that
ain't
song
busting it
came
though?
out.
It is.
That
You
song
think she can
came
play and
out
bust it
40
at the
years
same
ago.
time?
Can she play the song? I'm sure she can. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is
Marcus asked a different question, but I think we should. Rebecca,
I answered the question that I wanted to answer.
Rebecca saved. I hear you, Ben. Rebecca saved
I'm trying to
them.
come in now and save it, but y'all are a rowdy bunch of kids in the classroom.
I
today.
have no.
What I
Listen,
wanted
y'all
to
want to
say-
twerk off of everything and then get mad when somebody keep it real.
Wait, well, let's keep it real.
We don't want. I don't want you. I want you to stay real.
Y'all be getting
right?
all upset.
The original and the best
he
twerkers.
said
I just
she busted, but as
I
soon as
cannot
somebody
allow
really
this
busted-
platform.
We are not going into twerking. We're talking about the tarpist. Cut it.
Oh, we
right?
can take
This
her off the
song
screen
came
then
out
because
about
it
40
was
years
dope.
ago.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Great song. She's amazing. Black girl professionalism, not even magic. Like she's
right.
She's an
God.
expert. She took the time to learn her craft.
You guys are
and she's
going to get it
delivering
from me.
What are you talking about? It's been. I enjoyed today's episode.
We already know.
Today was
That's why I think we still acting up.
That's we just kids in the classroom.
Well, 'cause they already
we
in trouble,
are
so they
we
gonna go
are
the
the
extra
gifted.
mile.
Listen, we are the black men, the black kids at the back of the classroom who be playing around because
That
we
throw
trying to,
paper balls at the teacher.
right. But because we've had to find our own way to adjust to our own traumas, right? So
Ben is talking about twerking. It's important that we talk about the history of twerking because it is Black History Month. Can I share a poem video with Dwayne about the history of twerking and let it play? Can we do that?
We have to trust you. I mean, hey, you both posited. Yeah, send it on over. In the meantime, let's do the chicken.
Yes, Lord, hallelujah.
Let's do the chicken. Washing the chicken.
The wrong way to wash chicken. The wrong way to wash
joking.
chicken.
He's joking.
He's
That
joking.
Rebecca cousin.
He ain't
No, he's
serious.
Rebecca
That man
cousin.
wasn't joking.
No, because
That man-
Rebecca's
Rebecca's
family
cousin.
members don't
They-
disrespect
because they-
my Haitian family folks.
And then I'ma
They
get the
will only
seasoning.
eat
I'ma
their
get the
chicken
seasoning.
with lime.
Wait,
lemon,
he's saying
and vinegar.
something. What is he saying? I thought I heard him saying something. But
That's why we don't eat like everybody else.
he talked about going to get some seasoning on top of the game.
Right now, I done got done washing the meat.
He was joking. I think.
Oh my God,
That is ridiculous.
That's Rebecca.
That's a waste of chicken.
Only thing about fried chicken.
We're gonna rinse.
Only thing about fried chicken is
Not with the
that grease pop on you.
Like we ain't wasting chicken though. Come on, man.
No,
Oh my God.
Don't
He's
do
just
it.
shaking it off. He ain't even watching no more.
Kids
What is he
hungry,
doing?
ladies.
Why?
Slimy.
Rebecca, that's Rebecca kitchen. That's Rebecca kitchen.
Definitely not. My kitchen definitely
That's
doesn't look like
Rebecca's
that. It's
kitchen.
way cuter, first of all. Secondly, definitely
He put
we are
salt in the
making sure we
suds.
bleach down first, and then we are making sure that we cover it. We put it in
And I got the accent.
a bomb, and then you put that meat in there and you let it marinate with that
Lord, let me pray.
that vinegar.
I got this.
Scrub it down and get it right.
Wait a minute.
Trap Squad was on that video.
I watched the chicken, so I don't want to hear nothing about nobody saying I didn't watch the darn meat.
You went a little too far, Rashid, it, bro.
That's what Rebecca be doing now,
bro.
Anybody want to help? Anybody want to help? Anybody want? Who told you to wash the meat with dish detergent? Somebody said wash the meat. My friend girl Bubba just told me to wash the meat. She said wash the meat. When I don't, not with soul. Not with soul.
Not with anything.
Oh shit. I'm eating
Wash your meat. Wash your meat, people.
Don't.
That's no home training. That's Donovan Wells, director of bands at Bethune-Cookman University. He would say, that's somebody who ain't got no home training. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I blame
come on.
All different.
I blame your parents.
Y'all misunderstood. Wash your meat applies to humans, not to your food.
Not the chicken.
Yeah. No. Okay. So.
Baby, baby.
It applies to the people and the chicken. That's why, because you guys wouldn't go eat any kind of meat that ain't washed. Amen. So, with that being said, Ben, tell them where they can find you.
They can find me in the A or on Twitter at Benjamin P. Dixon, and we got that video when you're ready.
All right, and they can find me on Twitter at Rebecca Azor, RebeccaAzor. Marcus?
Marcus for America, Instagram, Twitter. Clickbaity political thirst trap at nighttime. Check us out.
Tonight.
Mondale?
I'm not important. The history of twerking is. Play that video.
There you go.
And wait.
That sound?
Crank that soldier before. Oh, okay. We gotta go back. There it is.
Free twerk team. Hello, boys and girls. Today we're gonna talk about twerking. Do you know how to twerk? I bet you do. But for those who lack these skills, please pay attention. First, assume the sumo position. Then, arch your back like a banana. Don't forget your spirit fingers. Place your spirit fingers on your kneecaps. Okay, now we get the butterfly.
But watch the history, man. Watch the history.
Slow it down, okay? Okay, now let's put it all together. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bounce, 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 bounce. Slow it down. Oh, yeah. Now that you learned the move, let's talk about the word twerk. Twerking! Urban Dictionary defines twerking as the act of moving, shaking one's ass, buns, buttocks, bum bum, in a circular up and down and side to side motion. Basically, a slutty dance derived from strip clubs. No! Basically, fuck Urban Dictionary. Twerking traces back to padded footsteps on African soil. Drums rimmed with lamb skin forming African the arches of their backs, breaking waves in the shore of their thighs. This black dance looked at as sacrilege instead of art. They apply modern science and popping ass on YouTube and glorify the sensual dance of tango and salsa. But news reporters look at us like nothing but monkeys in heat, grinding feverishly in a crowded room. It's more than fucking with clothes on. Say la dome, fancy, yeah. This is the dance of behind, where it's got beneath slither snake curve, caressing the phallus. Grinding with the ass, my foremothers granted me. Pleasure is our power. This dance, this movement, mutilates these resting locks around our boulders. No more suppression respond from our walls. Our sexuality is not to be restrained. Our cunt is more than cave for your orgasm. Our pussy is pious. It's only natural that the spirits of my sex roam free. Like birds soaring over Yoruba ceremony. Like tribal cloth swaying with the forcing of hips. Like limbs racing Mother Nature's breath. This is the origin of twerking. And Ultimatum and Nobel. Guyana in Haiti. Amapala in Colombia. The Bacunao in Cuba. The dirty wine in Jamaica. The Igbo in Somalia. The land that Afro-Arab communities on Oman. Say la domes du Vesier. This is the dance of the Hans. There was no shame in the designs I expressed through twerk. The natural rhythm of life begins inside. Yo, you cherish our thickness. When you can tell us how you want us. On the pole being thrown your money. And in music video
twerk to Man.
We twerk to remember.
Yo.
We twerk to resist.
like
to resist.
She said
like
middle
that.
passage across our hip. Man, I'm
Wow.
trying to let y'all know. I'm a whole different.
But who didn't know? Well, if you didn't know, it was one of those things, though. That definitely twerking definitely comes from. Twerking comes from. There's a historical way back. It's not just something that was built yesterday from YouTube twerk team. So with that being said, Lil Booty's better. James, take us out.
Mississippi still got the best catfish, by the way. I just want to say that. I just need that on the record before we.
I'll see y'all tomorrow, guys. Love you, mean it.
Yo.
Wait.
Okay,
James,
okay.
hang on one sec.
Okay.
No,
Good morning. Good morning.
This is Dwayne and Bubba.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, America.
Welcome again to another edition of the Morning Trap.
Hey, yo, listen.
Hey, real quick, we just going to give you a quick snapshot.
We got to ask, what victories have we been able to establish? Nobody went to jail for Trayvon Martin. Nobody went to jail for Sandra Bland. Nobody went to jail for Michael Brown.
It's your time now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Trap.
Listen.
You know what? I actually like me.
Technology helps the revolution become global. Not just symbolic justice, but substantive justice.
Our communities are woefully undercounted, undervalued, and underfunded. The larger white community, they vote on principles, and black people vote on personalities.
Do you think we can all rock on beat? Is that even possible? I'm trying to match it. The delay is gonna make it real. All right, what's the next story, Rebecca?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you join us tomorrow as we have a special show. We have Dr. Jamal Bryant will be joining us in the morning on the Morning Trap. Can't wait. Make sure that you are here. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe so you know when the Morning Trap is going down to get those notifications. And make sure that you follow me on DJ X3C on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I appreciate it, y'all. Play you a few songs before I get out here myself and go on to good old corporate America. But we thank you so much for joining us this morning. Had a hell of a show. We hope that you enjoyed it too.
Ooh.
why you here alone. Girl, you way too fun to be by yourself. I'm riding solo over here, can you help? And we ain't got no business dancing.
All right, y'all, make sure if you feel like it, make sure that you tip your DJ. That's me, your boy James Bubba Williams, aka DJ Exclusive. You can hit me up at DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App, DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. And if you don't have those, DJ Exclusive on PayPal, y'all. The Morning Trap, man. Hope y'all enjoyed today's show.
Something about you, girl, I can tell you're more than just a pretty face. Hey, girl, you're so bad. Ooh, I'm loving that tattoo just above your sexy waist. I can't wait another minute. You're moving too fast, can't let you get away. Hey, just slow it down. I can't wait another minute. Gotta tell you that you are the one. Girl, why you here alone? Girl, you way too fun to be by yourself. I'm riding solo over here, can you help? And we ain't got no business dancing alone. So baby, grab me by the hand and come on. You shouldn't be dancing alone. You shouldn't be dancing alone. You ain't got no business alone. No.
Shout out to everybody that's still around in the chat rooms. I appreciate the love, y'all.
You shouldn't be dancing alone. You ain't got no business alone. No, no. I can't wait another minute. You're moving too fast, can't let you get away. Hey, just slow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another episode of The Morning Trap. I am your DJ and co-host again, James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive. On behalf of the whole crew and staff here, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all so much. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, comment, and subscribe so you always know when The Morning Trap is going live. And make sure that you join us in the morning where we have Pastor Dr. Jamal Bryant here joining us on The Morning Trap. It's going to be a great episode, so make sure that you are here and in your seat. So on behalf of Rebecca, Ben, Mundell, Marcus, and myself, y'all, we love y'all. We'll see you in the morning. Morning Trap out. Mwah!